The People's Radio, Nevsky.
This is the People's Radio News for the week ending the 20th of November 2951. Our top story this week was the launch of this year's Intergalactic Aerospace Expo and its satellite convention in nearby Stanton. The Spectrum program Kaizen reported there was a highly coordinated attack on one of Musashi Industrial and Spaceflight Concerns transports. As a result, there were rumors which raised questions about MISC's presence at the Expo, though MISC publicly denied those claims. When we reached out to MISC, the company insisted that everything it needs for the main Expo in Kiel was already in system. However, MISC only talked about the main convention in Kiel and made no mention of the Satellite Expo on Microtech, leading some to wonder if the omission was a mistake or intentional. We also have late-breaking news that MISC will be unveiling an exploration ship with mining and refining capabilities, perhaps giving it a greater range than other offerings. Argo Astronautics, not to be outdone, is unveiling a cargo transporter called the Raft, and Anvil Aerospace is rolling out its Spartan armored personnel carrier, further making its mark in the ground combat arena after the success of its ballista rocket launcher based on the same chassis. Of course, Origin's newly released 400i, which impressed Citizencan attendees, continues to be popular, and we sent Gerald Adebayo, our resident IAE ship spotter and people watcher to New Babbage on the eve of the Expo opening. Here's what he and the people he interviewed had to say.
It can be a bit hard to get excited about many of these expensive starships for the average person living in Nix. But one might go to this spectacle of commerce with their eyes and ears open for innovations which may affect our lives in other significant ways. The unveiling of a new cargo ship, perhaps leading to increased trade with systems in the Empire, or the introduction of a new long-range touring ship which might lead to increased tourism at Nevsky. On the floor at this year's IAE, I talked with some excited convention attendees to see just what all of the buzz was about. While I know Jack's Nick Cleary, I do hope you enjoy these interviews. My first stop was to roll by the Origin floor to do a bit of people watching. Origin, like Drake, seems to attract all sorts of people, often from very different walks of life, with different opinions on the manufacturer. I see you looking at that Origin 400i. What impresses you most about this new entry in the ship market?
Well, it's the fact that it's Origin, but it's accessible. I mean, look, I'm not rich. I could never afford anything larger than this, nor do I have the resources or crew to keep a 600i running. But this ship is exactly what many were hoping to see from a brand I had written off as just making luxury vessels for the extremely wealthy.
Thank you. How about you, sir? Just what do you make of this ship?
It's Origin in it. But it's like Origin for the average person who maybe saved up a bit of cred for their dream ship. I can't wait to rent this to take it for a spin. Who knows? Maybe they won't even know it's gone missing.
Right, okay. And how about you, ma'am? What do you like about the 400i?
I'll tell you what, being an independent farmer in Bremen hasn't been the most lucrative profession, but I can just about afford a 400i. This beauty is absolutely gonna be my second home because these days I kinda like to stay on the move, and this suits me perfectly.
I understand. This next person arrived with an entire entourage around her, with people lining up to take selfies with their mobile glasses. I waited patiently, and once I got through the queue, here's what she said. I see you seem impressed by this starship. What attracted you to this ship in particular?
There is no greater ship manufacturer than Origin. Do you not think that they're the first name in luxury?
Seems that way.
I guess you could say I'm a bit of a completionist. I have all the other Origin ships and vehicles, so I must have this one as well. Money is not a factor in my purchase decision, nor am I typically worried about the firepower. Just talk to my escorts, who are also here.
This next gentleman seemed a bit sketch, but I gave him the mic anyway.
You, sir, I see you looking intently at the controls here in the cockpit. What do you make of this ship?
I just got released from pleasure on Aberdeen, and I'm meeting a few friends from Pyro who haven't made it through customs yet. Just more discrimination against non-UE systems in it. I thought I'd walk around the convention and look at some ships, maybe to procure at a later date. Hey, we're all going to Wally's later on for few pints. Would you and your crew like to come along?
Oh no thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day on Microtech.
The 400i certainly stole the show when it was unveiled at CitizenCon, and it is definitely popular here today. For the People's Radio News, reporting from New Babbage on Microtech in Stanton, I'm Gerald Adebayo.
And with that, reporting for the People's Radio News, I'm Sophia Mendez. Take care and fly safe in the week ahead.